Good morning, hello, welcome to today's morning yoga practice with me. My name's Jess, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a glorious morning full body flow that's going to help you work on your strength, balance and flexibility. It's going to give you a big old boost of energy and it's going to set you up for a great day. It's going to be a mixed levels flow, so I shall be offering options throughout to make sure we can all enjoy the poses. We're going to be starting in an easy seat, so when you're ready, roll out your mats and I'll see you there. All right, so when you're ready, coming down to an easy seat, you can sit cross-legged, crossing at the ankle, sitting up nice and tall. You can take a seat on a cushion under your hips if you like, or you can place one shin on top of the other. It's up to you. Find a seat that feels comfortable for you, that feels right in this moment. Sitting up tall, as always, in the spine. Rest your hands on your knees or perhaps in your lap with your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes or soften your gaze, and slowly start to deepen your breath here, taking long inhales through your nose and long exhale out through your nose or mouth, you choose. Come into this moment. Take a few more breaths here on your own. Opportunity to set an intention for your day or week. Slowly, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Let's get moving. So when you're ready, big breath in, reach your hands all the way up and overhead. Nice, big stretch. You can take your gaze up towards your hands. As you breathe out, right hand comes down onto the mat, just by your right hip, leaning over to the right for a side body stretch. Reach your left hand up and over. Be mindful to keep both hips grounded. Take a nice deep breath in here. You can open your chest and take your gaze up. And as you exhale, lift your right hand, come back up to center. Reach both hands up. And as you exhale, we go over to the other side to the left. Left hand comes down. Opening through the chest. Careful you're not rounding through your upper body here. Really want to keep a nice long spine. You can take your gaze up towards the sky. Take a cycle of breath here. And a long breath out. Nice. As you exhale, come back to center. Reach both hands all the way up. Nice big inhale. And as you breathe out, left hand comes down to your right knee. Right hand comes down on the ground behind your right hip. Inhale to lift up through your spine. And as you breathe out, take your gaze past your right shoulder for a twist. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale to reach both hands up, come back through to center. And as you breathe out, let's go to the other side. Right hand comes to left knee, left hand comes down on the ground behind you, lifting up nice and tall in your spine. And as you breathe out, twisting, take your gaze past your left shoulder. Big breath in. And a long breath out. From here, we're going to head into our tabletop position. So coming onto your hands and knees, take your time, no rushing. Hands coming underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Pressing into the top of the feet, we're going to flow through some cat-cows here. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, drop your belly, so arching the lower back, lifting the chest, lift your chin, look forward, so lifting the hips all the way up. Big breath in here in your cow pose. And then as you breathe out, we're going to round through the spine. So rounding through your spine, we're going to tuck our chin, tuck the tailbone, pressing away from your yoga mat. Inhale, we go back to our cow pose. Lift your chest, lift your chin, look forward. And exhale, round back through to your cat. Take a couple of rounds on your own. Feel free to find some movement here, maybe bumping the hips from side to side, maybe bending your elbows. You can even send your hips all the way back to child's pose. Just finding some movement to help wake up your body, whatever feels good. Or you can stick to your cycle of cat-cows, that's up to you. Do a few more on your own. And then when you're ready, coming back to neutral spine, walk your hands forward, curl your toes under, and send your hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, you can walk your heels, pressing one down and then the other. Again, finding any movement that feels right, waking up your body. Bumping the hips from side to side, really pressing your chest down towards your thighs and lifting the hips up. Keep a generous bend in your knees. Let's find stillness in our dog here. Take one deep breath in through your nose and a long breath out. Step your right foot forward in between your hands and drop your back knee down, Anjaneyasana low lunge. You can uncurl your back toe and press into the top of your back foot. Keep your fingertips on the mat here and lift up through your spine and take your gaze forwards. Again, we can find a little bit of movement here, just waking up the body. Or you can just stay here and find stillness, breathing deep. You can place some blocks underneath your hands here if you need a little extra lift. And then when you're ready from here, we're going to straighten our right knee and send our hips back into our half split. So send your right toes up towards the sky, really flexing through that foot. Keep your fingertips on the mat just for a breath. Inhale to lift your chest and look forward, nice straight spine. Exhale to fold forwards, crown of the head comes down towards the shin. Pull back that right hip crease. And you can keep a generous bend in that right knee. Take one full breath in here. And exhale to release. From here, we're going to pivot on our back knee and turn our torso to the long side of the mat. Walk your hands towards the back of the mat. Left hand places down on the mat. Lift your hips, gate pose. Push your hips forward, reach your right hand up. You can take your gaze up towards your right hand. Squeeze your glutes and find a nice side body stretch. You can reach your right hand up and over. If you need extra support, you can place a block underneath your left hand. Everyone take one full breath in and a full breath out. Bending back through both knees, we're going to come back to the top of the mat into your low lunge. Framing the right foot, pick up your back knee and step your right foot back into plank pose. You can keep your knees lifted for this plank pose or you can lower them for your half plank. Wherever you are in your plank pose, take one big breath in. And as you breathe out, we lower to the belly, all the way down. Inhale for baby cobra, keeping our first one low. Keep your gaze down on the mat. Exhale, forehead comes down, pushing back to our downward facing dog. However you get there is up to you. Lift your hips up and send them back to your downward facing dog. Take one big breath in and a long breath out. Left foot steps forward this time, finding your low lunge, so back knee drops down. You can walk your right knee back a little bit if you want a bit more of a stretch, and you can press into the top of your back foot for stability. Keeping your fingertips on the mat, let's just find some movement here, opening out through the right hip flexor. Really warming up the body, waking up the muscles. You can place blocks underneath your hands if you need a little extra lift here. And then when you're ready, lift your chest, look forward. Nice big breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to send our hips back, straighten your left knee, flex your left toes. Let's find our half split. Inhale, nice straight spine. And as you breathe out, folding forwards, pulling back that left hip crease. Nice. When you're ready, let's head into our gate pose. So pivoting on the back knee, you can walk your hands all the way towards the back of the mat. Straightening the left leg this time. Right hand comes down on the mat as we inhale, lift the left hand all the way up. Push your hips forward, gate pose. Again, if you need a block underneath your right hand for a little extra lift, you can go ahead and do that now. If you want a nice extra stretch, you can reach your left hand all the way up and over. And really spiral your chest up towards the sky. You can take your gaze up to the sky. And close your eyes here if you like. Take a nice breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your hands back down. Let's walk back through to the top of the mat, bending into that left knee. Pick the back knee up and step your left foot back to your plank pose, or take your half plank here. Nice breath in. Exhale, lower to the belly with control. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Sending yourself back to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Take one big breath in your downward facing dog. And exhale, rolling back forwards to plank pose. Again, lowering the knees if that's what you need. And then as you exhale, lowering to the belly. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms face the earth. And when you're ready, big breath in, we're going to lift the head, neck and chest off the mat. And exhale, forehead comes back down. Inhale to lift the head, neck and chest, lift the palms. Squeezing everything together, draw your shoulder blades together. Big breath in, keep your gaze down on the mat. Exhale, release everything down. On your next breath in, we're going to lift off once again. And then this time, option to lift the feet too for full locust. So we're going to stay here for one cycle of breath. So really reaching the fingertips towards the feet. Drawing everything into the midline, really squeezing the glutes. Big breath in here. And a long breath out. Nice. Slowly we release. Forehead comes down to the mat. When you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders and press all the way back to your downward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot in and across your right, and then step your right foot over and across your left, walking to the top of the mat. Find a forward fold when you get there, feet hip width apart. Just for a breath in our forward fold. Relaxing the back of the neck. Bend your knees even more as we roll up to standing. Taking your time, rolling your shoulders all the way up, back and down, mountain pose. Draw your shoulder blades together and open your palms out to the front. Let's take a nice breath in here. And a long breath out. Send your weight into your left foot. Left foot is your standing foot. We're going to lift our right heel until it comes all the way off the mat. And then maybe we release the toes, lift the knee and pull it all the way in towards your chest. If you need any extra support here, you can place your hand perhaps on a wall or a solid chair or something that you can use as a little extra support to help you balance. Pressing into all four corners of your left foot. Find your drishti, something to gaze upon. If this feels good, you can stay here, working on your balance. If you would like to take it further, we're going to head into our warrior 3. So slowly, when you're ready, release your hands from your knee and we're going to send our right leg all the way back and behind, extend the right foot. And as you do so, you'll find your torso comes forwards. Reach your hands back, find airplane arms, palms face down towards the mat. Dial your right toes down towards the ground. Warrior 3. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Fully and completely. Take one more breath in your warrior 3. And as you exhale, slow and control, we release. Right foot comes down to meet the left. You can pedal the feet out to switch sides when you're ready. We're going to send our weight into our right foot. Left heel lifts off the ground and then bring that knee all the way in. Catch your left knee with your hands. And let's take a minute to find our balance. Again, if you need a wall or a chair for some support, you can do that now. Ground down through all four corners of that right foot. And then if you'd like to take it into warrior 3, let's go ahead and do that now. So release your hands from your right knee, left knee, and extend that leg out and behind. Reach your hands back, find those airplane arms, torso comes parallel to the ground. Draw your shoulder blades together and open your chest. Dial your left toes down, flex your left foot. Really lift that heel, squeeze your left glute. Take one deep breath in. And a long breath out. Slow and steady we release. Come back to standing. Inhale to lift both hands. Extended mountain pose. Take your gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingertips and extend your elbows, opening through the chest. Bend your knees generously and hinge forwards at the hips. Let's find a forward fold. Lifting the wrists and the knuckles up to the sky. Relax the back of your neck. Allow your torso to hang heavy here. Take one more breath. And as you breathe out, release your hands with control back down to the mat. Feel that rush of energy come back through to your fingertips. Close your eyes if you like. Bring your fingertips down to the mat if they weren't already, and walk your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Keep your heels in, toes coming off the edge of the mat. Slowly we lower our hips, coming into our deep squat or malasana. If you need a block under your hips, you can do that now. And just take a moment to find what feels good here. So fully dropping the hips. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, hands come to heart center. Really press the palms together here. And lift up through the chest. If your heels don't meet the ground, that's all good. You can perhaps place a rolled up blanket underneath your heels. Or you can just balance on the balls of the feet, no worries. Everybody's will look different. One last breath in. And as you exhale, bring your hands behind your hips and come and have a seat. Back to our easy seat. You can cross at the ankles, or you can place one shin on top of the other like I have here. Rest your hands in your lap, palms facing up. And let's just take a couple of breaths here in silence, in quiet, a little moment of peace before we head off into our busy day. So sitting up tall in the spine, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze if you prefer. And let's just take 5 mindful breaths. You can cast your mind back to your intention that you set at the beginning of practice. You can focus on the sound of your breath. Let's just take this time for ourselves, a moment of peace. 5 breaths. As you finish your 5th breath, slowly coming back. And you're ready, we're going to take one last breath in together, reaching the hands all the way up and overhead. Nice overhead stretch. Take your torso over to the left. Nice side body stretch. Inhale all the way back through center, and then exhale to the right. Inhale back to center, release your fingertips down, open your eyes if they were closed. Thank you so much for joining me today for this morning yoga flow. I really hope you enjoyed it and it sets you up for a great day. As always, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way, whenever I upload a video, you'll be notified and you can practice along with me every week. I'd love to have you there with me. Have a great day.